Hey everybody, it's Chaymie here and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look and unboxing the Queen Anna limited edition doll from the Disney store from the movie Frozen 2. So this is the last of my Frozen 2 limited edition doll review. So I have already done a review for Snow Queen Elsa as well as Adventure Anna and Elsa, so if you want to go check those videos out, you can click somewhere on the screen or go explore my channel and the videos are there. Alright, so I did get the limited edition Olaf key because I got both dolls. I'm not a very big key collector, but I do like having some around because they are very adorable. And this one is awfully cute as well. So it comes with a little tag to promote the Blu-ray release of the movie Frozen 2. And this one is very cute because it's translucent. And I like the fact that it has dismembered body parts of Olaf all over the key. So Disney is like, let's chop off Olaf and put him on the key. There we go. Alrighty, so let's get into the box. So speaking of boxes, like I said with Elsa, the box design, the look, the feel, and the way the dolls are presented in the box are really, really amazing. They're so beautiful to look at just in the box. It's just like absolutely stunning. Immediately, even when you look at it, you know that this item, this product is a limited edition product. You have that pristine luxury feel to it already. So really kudos on the box design and the presentation on this doll. Taking a closer look at her box, so you can see the decals and all of that is designed very nicely, and the overall print of the box design has a metallic sheen to it, so it's shiny and it's iridescent. And on the bottom it says Queen Anna, and she is limited edition of 8,000. This is the back, so you guys can pause and read the little description if you'd like. And now we bust her out. So here, this is the plastic window for Anna's box, and it's absolutely amazing. It actually has a gold foil printed patterns all over the box. And I wish they would have done the same for Elsa as well, because it's just very, very pretty to look at. So here is my certificate of authenticity, and my doll is 4,021 out of 8,000. Like always, let's do a mental photograph of her posed in her original style before we completely remove her from the box. So I love the pose. It shows off all the details of the doll perfectly, the dress and the embroideries on the cape. Stunning! And she is out of the box. So for some reason my camera decided not to record the actual unboxing part, so I'm very sorry for that. And here is Queen Anna. Yes, she is already queen. Talk about a glow up. Who knew being a sovereign does not actually involve murder, plotting, and scheming? Cough, cough, Hans. All you needed to do was have the one who's actually in line for the throne become a spiritual god and make them go live in a forest, and you get to rule. Yay! Oh, wait, hold up. So I haven't even started to film yet, and I noticed that the ends of her dress was already fraying, which is not a good sign. And then I try to pull it, which is making it worse. Like always, let's start off with her face and her hair. So her face sculpt, the same as the other limited edition Anna dolls from Frozen 2, but she has a side eye, which I love, and I really like her demure kind of expression here as well. Anna dolls usually had that quirky childishness essence to them, but this one she's looking very mature because she is already queen and she needs to grow up and rule a country, so she's like, I need to get my stuff together. She also has rooted eyelashes, and her hair is actually quite nicely styled. It's very neat and clean. There are no flyaways. She has her bangs, and then her hair is pulled from the front, twisted, and then pulled up into a bun on the back. And in the movie, it's actually like a twist braid. And they usually execute the twist braid on Anna dolls because Anna hairstyle always had a twist braid when she has her hair up in an updo, but they decided not to redo the twist braid here. I actually wanted to do it, but I'm just worried that I will actually do more damage than good, so I'm not gonna try it yet. But other than that, it's styled very nicely and very neatly, and she has her tiara. Her tiara is actually very gorgeous, and it's actually made of metal. It's not plastic, it's actually made of metal because I can feel it. It has a weight to it, and then when you touch it, it's cold. You know, metal is usually cold. So it's very nice, and the paint details, I love it. So it's not just like bam, gold. You know, they actually put detailing in there and then finished off with some emeralds. Are those emeralds? Emeralds are green. Yeah. Rubies are red. I was gonna say rubies, but emeralds. She also has some emerald stud earrings, which is pretty nice. It even has like a little gold loop around them, so that's pretty cool. Clickety clack, let's move on to her dress. So her dress is comprised of just two parts. She has the black top with the cape attached, and then the rest of her dress. The dress on this doll is actually one of the most movie accurate dolls that I have seen. It looks like she just stepped out of the movie. So for the black top part, it has the green stitching on the neckline and on the lower parts. And then she also has a brooch with the Arundel crest. I think this brooch is metal too, doesn't feel plastic. And then it has some gold embroideries, like little patterns. And then it's accompanied by some yellow jewels and then smaller green jewels running on the lower parts. And then on her sleeves, it has the same embroidery stitching just like on her bodice. And then it runs down with some green gems and ending with a little green embroidery at the end of her sleeves. I really love the fact that even on the back of the dress, they still have the embroideries as well as more little gems there. So that's pretty neat. So I'm gonna move on to the rest of her dress before we move on to the cape. So she also has a belt. Her belt is a velvety type of material. It does go all the way around, but it's not a separate piece, so it's still attached to the main part of the dress on the back. And her belt has a buckle as well, and I think this buckle is metal too. So the main parts of her dress is this dark emerald green, and it has some texture to it. I don't know what material it is, but you can see that it has some texture and has some tiny little green gems sprinkled all throughout, and it does go all the way around, even on the back of the dress. And then near the slit, she has these little dark orange jewels. I feel like these bigger jewels kind of look a little cheap looking. Look like it's very obvious that it's plastic, whereas the smaller one does look like, even though they're plastic, they don't really look that plastic. And after that, she has her pleat dress. I've always been calling this type of dress pleats, but according to the website, it's actually an accordion style dress. So I'm gonna call it accordion, just like they do. So it's an accordion style dress, but basically it has pleats. And then every two pleats, it would have the jewels. It has the angular shaped jewels and then two little jewels to accompany it. Again, just like the other bigger jewels, they do look a little cheap and a little plasticky looking. And the dress is just one layer, but it's stitched to make it look like it's two layers. So for the dress, I'm gonna stop there and then I'll come back later. And finally, we move on to her cape. So her cape is actually stitched to the dress, so you cannot remove it, which is kind of a bummer. I wish they would have made it in a way that's removable, maybe like plastic buttons or Velcro there, so she can rock this dress without the cape sometimes. Her cape, I think it's satin. So on the outside, it's green, and on the inside is very gorgeous looking royal purple. So it has a gold lining all throughout the entire cape, and it has some little green jewels on the ends of the cape. And of course, the main course of this cape is the embroidery on the back. It's just absolutely beautiful, and it's very nicely done. It has two colors. One is lighter gold and the other side is a little darker gold, and it's accompanied by gems that coordinates with their colors on each side. The smaller ones are okay, but again, like I said, the big ones just looks very plastic to me. But the design is very beautiful and accurate. Even in the movie, her cape is actually speckled with jewels, so that's very nice. The one thing I wish they would have done differently for the cape is the length. I would just love for it to like drape and drag along her a little bit. It doesn't have to be as long as it was in the movie. I just wanted to, you know, have some sort of dragging action happening. The same goes to the dress as well. The dress has no train, no dragging happening either. And overall, the dress actually, I noticed, is very tight. So the stand is like poking out. Alright, now let's take off the top part together with the cape so we can see what she's rocking underneath. Oops, sorry. That's not what I meant when I said underneath. I meant the dress underneath, but that just happened on accident. Sorry, Christoph. And there is the top part off of her. It's pretty nice. The only, again, I wish the cape would have been detachable. That would have been nice. So here she is with the top part. So she does have a nice little strapless dress happening there. So maybe this is for the after part, hey? And the dress just keeps fraying and fraying and fraying away. I'm pretty sure by the end of this review, she will no longer have a dress because the dress have all frayed away. And I was bored, so I actually painted her a gold ring because I think in this point of the movie, she has already been proposed by Christoph, so she should be wearing the damn ring. Boom, articulation. Of course, neck, shoulders, elbows, wrists. She does have a waist joint as well that she can swivel from left to right. Then there's usual knee and ankle joints. And oh yeah, I forgot, she has plain ugly little black flats, which is a disappointment. I don't think you'd actually see her shoe in the movie, but I've seen it in the promotional shots that she's actually wearing some pretty nice heels with some patterns on it, not this little black jelly bean. So that is my take on the limited edition Oh, but we are not done yet. No. I am far from being done. If Disney thinks I'm gonna let them get away with this dress situation, they are mistaken. I have statements to make. Getting a little bit way over the top here, but I just can't get over the fact that they did this on the dress on a limited edition doll that is priced at $130. This thing, I've never expected this to come from a limited edition doll. I've always associated this kind of execution to classic dolls and lower priced dolls, so it just really shook me to see this on a limited edition doll. I'm just honestly did not expect that coming at all. I mean, let's take a trip down memory lane. For example, Tiana, I was just taking her out yesterday and checking her out. Every single layer on her dress is executed in its own separate layer. Like even down to her shoes. Her shoes, it's buried beneath her dress. No one's gonna see her unless you take her out. But look at the shoe. It has the lily pads, it has the flowers, it has the little pull-em thingies happening. The amount of detail that went into the doll. And she was priced at $99 for retail. And for example, Winter Belle. Again, her dress is actually a relatively simple one, but the layers are there. There are 3 layers there. They're individually separate layers. Okay, I get that. Tiana is like almost 10 years old. So the economy changes, you know, costs change for raw materials. I get it. But aren't they raising the prices? So if they're raising the prices to match the current situation, the quality needs to match that too. That's my point. This doll is actually a very stunning doll. She is gorgeous, especially in the box. If you keep her in the box, the presentation of the box, the design of the box, The way she's posed and presented in the box is just flawless perfection. That being said, I cannot help but wonder, are they banking on the fact that around 80% of these dolls won't be deboxed? So are they designing the dolls to be in the box so that it looks perfect in the box and the flaws will only be noticeable when you take them out of the box? And that's not really fair. You guys know me from all of my past reviews that I always tend to look out for the positives in a doll when I'm reviewing them. Even if there are things I did not like, I tend to justify them and make the positives, overtake the negatives. This one, I just cannot find a justification or something to sugarcoat over it. As sad as I am, I just have to call it out as it is. And one more thing I want to add. When I'm saying these things, it's not directed towards the creatives of the Disney store. Creatives are the people who designs them, the artists who sketch them, who would make mock-ups, who would make the prototypes and all that. I'm sure those creatives want these dolls to be executed into their full potential as much as we do. I think these executions comes from the management, the executives. So I'm just thinking that I think like the production budget for these have been lowered down, and maybe that's what's happening to this release. Because like all the recent releases up before them were perfect. The Adventure Anna and Elsa that came with the movie in November, they were so detailed. I don't have the new Cinderella dolls, but I can see from other people's reviews that they are executed amazingly as well. And I made this point in my Elsa video as well. The outfit that these dolls are featured in, Queen Anna and Snow Queen Elsa, these are like their final looks until another movie comes out. So I was really thinking that they were gonna go all the way out for these dolls. But on a positive side, their boxes are one of the best I have seen from the Disney store. It's just really perfect. But overall, the positives are still there. I really love the fact that the overall look is very movie accurate. I love the execution of all the embroideries on her top, and I love the metal brooch and the metal tiara as well. That's something very neat. I don't think a lot of the dolls have metal accessories or metal accents on them, so that's pretty dope. So that is my actual take on the Queen Anna limited edition doll. So are you guys wondering what my verdict is after all of that? So my final verdict is, I would still definitely recommend her, because despite all of that, I know I went on a huge rant, but despite all of that, she is still a pretty awesome doll. And there's so many positives to look out in her. But at the same time, as a reviewer, as a consumer, as a collector, I need to be honest in my reviews and really express what my views are on this product. At the end of the day, I am reviewing a product, so I need to call out when there are certain things that needs to be called out. And this dress should not be done this way for this item with this price and their, standard set by the past. Whew. So that's it. That's it for my review on the Queen Anna limited edition doll. So I think that's like the longest and most detailed review that I have ever done on a limited edition doll. I'm actually breathless. I'm so tired. I just have so much passion for this doll. I just want to get all the comments I had on this doll. Oh my god, I'm so tired. That is it for this video. So thank you so much for watching until the very end. So let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with the points I have made in the video. You can also check me out on Instagram at Chaymie Creates for more awesome photo content featuring all your favorite dolls. Thanks again for watching, and everyone, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you all soon in my next video. Bye!